But you know the way I saw this guy.
I don't think he knew it was hurt. Yeah, the traveling up and down the way. Moving up, you know. Because the ankles and the knees and the shit. Then his ego. Really, that's what happened. Is his ego got hurt, and he was like, "Oh my God, this guy really is." Did he still work there? Real jiu-jitsu practitioner. No. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna fake an injury and not roll with him anymore. But I just kept telling him, "Hey, let's roll. You know, I'll take me. Let's roll." And finally, I got him where he could do some talking, and I just decided, you know, it was time to just go ahead and confront him about it. You know, so I did. And I liked on the sir. You were so respectful. That was awesome. Kill him with kindness.
And that's the good thing about Justin. He was real respectful there. He told the truth. He felt they saw it, but he was totally respectful to the owner. You know, even to the guy, he was trying to show him how to really win, but in a respectful way. So I do appreciate him being that. Justin's a good guy. He's respectful of being here. Everybody else, I think he's a great guy, a good student, and he did it the proper way. He did it in a respectful way.
Hey, but if you would have stood up.
I represent you guys. You know, we all represent each other. You know, if one of us does something nefarious out there, then it's those NTMMA guys, you know. Right. And you don't want that, you know. You guys all know that we have to, you know, we represent Terry, you know, in his name. We have to.
You represent yourself, too. You know, everybody here works hard for their rank. I'm sure you don't give it up. Okay, you earned it. You earned your rank. That's the way it is. You know, I was taught by Carlos, and I give it how I was taught. So, you know,
Guys, we gotta treat Justin like Ashton Kutcher now.
And y'all gotta treat me like nothing. And I didn't do that for nothing. I did that because our sport is pure, you know, and I wanna leave it for my daughter like I found it, and I don't want everybody having a black belt on, you know. It's like what happened to, you know, karate's a really great martial art, but when it came over here, everybody was a black belt. Now look at it today, you've got very few places that are karate is a taekwondo.
Karate is great.
Yeah, even if you watch the 100-man fight, the Juggernaut story.
Yeah,
you know, that man right there is crazy. But over here, you don't see that. That is what will happen to jiu-jitsu if we allow it to. And so you just have to be polite and say, you know, no. And you don't have to be afraid because you know jiu-jitsu. So you don't have to be afraid to say, if he wants to get crazy, then you just use your jiu-jitsu and be polite about it and alleviate the situation and, you know, do what you gotta do. You gotta hurt nobody.
seems like this is the way of life. You know, a lot. You don't have to hurt someone. You can control the situation. Anyway, I'm going to give Justin Fox, like I say, wholly respectful, did it the proper way. You know, I'm proud of the guy. I know he's known all over the world now. We're lucky to have him.
For the next 3 days, I will know.
This is his 5 minutes of fame.
And I don't
Nobody saw your face on video. About the whole situation.
Yeah, that was the sad part. No one did see your face.
The whole jiu-jitsu community in DFW jumped in on it because we're the first. And some gyms are like, well, there's no UFC gym near me. Yeah. But they're coming. And they need to be legit gyms. And there's one, you know, like one in Frisco open up. So these other gyms are saying, hey, they're coming our way too. You know,
North Richmond Hills.
No legit gym's going to come up and open up right across the street and drop half price. That right there just tells you no. Yeah, that's a douchebag.
I'm not down talking anybody, but it's just like saying, you know, it's just like saying title boxing putting out pro fighters. It's not putting out professional boxers, and neither is UFC.
I didn't say it was.
You worked there?
It's a fitness program like CrossFit. It's great for fitness, I guess, but if you want to actually learn an art form, you're not going to learn it at UFC, you know, by that guy, because obviously you see that their process of hiring people is just, it's not there.
They should be background checks, even having criminal background checks, you know. I mean, you don't know if some kind of pervert or sex offender, anybody. You got to, let's have a business, you know, you got to just double check. You got to check that. Excuse me, guys, hey, up. Any lineage in Jiu-Jitsu can be confirmed. Period. Okay? You can call, email. First thing I did was email his spokes coach, and never even heard of that. Any lineage can be traced back in Jiu-Jitsu. There's not that many black belts out there. Easy to trace back. Okay? Any of my students, you're going to be traced back to Carter. So that's just the way that is. So it's really hard to fake it. One email confirms it for me. You know, somebody else comes up and says he's a black belt under me. Great, I can check out him. I can check out his instructor and see if he's a legit guy. I mean, that's no problem. Props to him if he is. But we can all know he's not. I mean, that was true. You prove it on the mat, guys. Prove it on the mat. So,
Too bad he wasn't, couldn't walk, could put those bang marks on. Yeah.
So is he gonna sign up for this coach?
No.
And actually get black belt? No.
I wouldn't lie to him.
Maybe he'll find somewhere.
Someone they don't know him.
Because he flat out lied to me, too. So, I've got no respect for him.
And he came here, you know.
He can't do it.
He's going
That's a guy going up to us.
We got women here, wives here.
Anyway, appreciate Justin doing that, guys.
I appreciate you guys.
So we support each other. We're family here. Let's keep that family going. Let's get everybody, I like everybody here to get black belts soon. Okay? So, keep it going. I appreciate it.